data from Oxford University's project Our World in Data takes into account all of the nuclear meltdowns that have ever taken place, including Chernobyl, Fukushima and 3 Mile Island. And it shows us that fossil fuels are still significantly more harmful than nuclear energy. In fact, nuclear is even safer than hydropower. Hydropower is more reliable than other types of renewable energy, but it can be very dangerous. The 1975 Banqiao Dam failure was a collapse of the Banqiao Dam and 61 other dams in China under the influence of Typhoon Nina. 26,000 people died in the floods, and an estimated 145,000 people later died from epidemics caused by contamination of the water and from famine. Estimates put the death toll at more than 220,000 people, and over 10 million people were affected by the disaster, including through displacement, as their homes were essentially washed away. Just pause to take that in for a moment. That's more deaths from hydropower than from all of the nuclear meltdowns in history combined, including the 3 meltdowns I mentioned earlier. I don't want to make it sound like the deaths from meltdowns don't matter. They do, but they have to be viewed in context because nothing is risk-free. Whether we're talking about getting in a car, eating a meal, or heating our homes, everything carries an element of risk. And nothing is zero risk. Just as you accept the risk every time you get into a car, we have to assess the risk of different energy sources. Interestingly, despite the risks of hydropower, people don't tend to protest it and politicians don't tend to ban it the way they do with nuclear energy. I think this is probably to do with the fact that wind and solar and hydropower appeal to the perception that they are natural forms of energy. This is a cognitive bias known as a naturalistic or nature fallacy. The most important thing about this data is that it provides us with important context. We all have scary images of meltdowns from watching too many TV programs about them, but the likelihood of ever experiencing anything like a meltdown or that amount of radiation is extremely, extremely low. And as many of us fear radiation because we believe it to be a silent killer, that's actually air pollution. So next time you feel anxious about nuclear energy, take a look at this chart, because we need all the clean energy we can get to meet the world's growing energy needs, while also tackling air pollution and global heating, and basing policy decisions on scary stories and misinformation is never a good idea.